You are listening to Christian Audio's production of The God I Never Knew, How Real Friendship with the Holy Spirit Can Change Your Life, by Robert Morris. This book is read by Maurice England. This audio recording was produced in 2016 by Christian Audio, which owns the copyright. No portion of this recording may be reproduced for any reason without prior written consent from Christian Audio. This edition recorded by arrangement with Waterbrook Press, an imprint of the Crown Publishing Group, a division of Penguin Random House, LLC. Originally published in English as The God I Never Knew. Copyright 2011 by Robert Morris. All rights reserved. Please visit ChristianAudio.com, Facebook.com/Christian Audio, or Twitter.com/Christian Audio to offer your impressions of this work and to explore additional titles. This book is dedicated to two of my spiritual fathers, Pastor Olin Griffin and Dr. Jack Hayford, who showed me through the Scriptures and their everyday lives that we can have a vibrant, personal relationship with the Holy Spirit, and that people who believe in the person and work of the Holy Spirit can be doctrinally sound, genuinely humble, and not weird. Chapter 1. The God I Never Knew. The knock at the door startled Irene Atkins. The 79-year-old great-grandmother wasn't expecting any visitors. A cautious peek through the peephole revealed a well-dressed, silver-haired gentleman with a kind face that struck her as vaguely familiar. It was something about the eyes and nose. As she opened the door, her certainty grew. The stranger definitely reminded her of someone. But who? It would take her a while to realize that the man's face indeed bore an uncanny resemblance to one she knew better than any other, her own. Irene's 73-year-old brother, Terry, had come for a surprise visit. It was quite surprising because Irene never knew she had a brother. Back in 1932, in the depths of the Great Depression, a desperate and confused young English couple unhitched their tattered camper trailer on the side of the road and drove away. Police later found 3 small, hungry children inside. Irene, at 10 months of age, was the youngest. The 3 were placed in separate foster homes and grew up unaware of the other's existence. Meanwhile, the young couple eventually achieved some stability a few years later and had another child, their son Terry. When Terry was 14, his parents revealed their shameful secret. They told him of the desperate straits in which they'd found themselves and of the wrenching decision to abandon the trio of hungry mouths they could not feed. Shortly thereafter, Terry began a lifelong quest to find his siblings, especially the sister his parents had named Irene. He searched in vain for almost 60 years. Then came a breakthrough. He learned the name of the agency that had placed Irene and her siblings in foster homes. Not long thereafter came the day, April 3, 2010, when Irene Atkins discovered the wonderful brother she never knew. In the discovery, the rootless orphan found a source of answers to questions she had carried around in her heart all her life. I believe I know how Irene felt. Several decades ago, after many years of struggling to live the Christian life and even working successfully in full-time ministry, I finally discovered the God I never knew. And in the discovery, I found not only the source of answers to every question I've ever had, but a dear friend as well, one who has made my life richer, fuller, and more exciting than I ever dreamed possible. I am referring, of course, to God, the Holy Spirit. An amazing relationship. I grew up in church. However, this church was part of a denomination that avoided mentioning the Holy Spirit whenever possible. Our denominational leaders treated him a bit like the crazy uncle who shows up at Thanksgiving once every few years and horrifies everyone with his inappropriate behavior. You can't help being related to this uncle, but you hope that if you don't mention his name or send him a Christmas card, he will stay away.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?